Hey, Robin Waters from Tech.eu. I'm here with one of the Martins, one of the 5 co-founders of Pipedrive in Estonia. Can you briefly explain what Pipedrive is?
Yeah, Pipedrive is a tool for salespeople, mainly for these salespeople that need to sell something expensive that takes a long time to sell, so that if you have like 10 or 20 of these deals going on at the same time, it's really easy to lose track. And we make this really visual for you, and we make sure that each deal is set with the next step, so that you don't forget to follow up or like lose any deals that would fall through the cracks usually if you just have a long list of things. And that's what we do.
Got it. So that's a step up from using spreadsheets.
Definitely.
But how close is it to something like Salesforce CRM or one of the other big vendors?
So on the user side, it's pretty close. Like you can do most of the things that you can do in a really big, expensive system, but you don't have all of the clutter of a really big, expensive system. So users only see what they need to see, and they don't need to fill in like really long forms and enter that much data. It's more about just using the tool for everyday things, and like putting in as less as possible and getting back as much as possible. Of course, like compared to Salesforce, Salesforce is a big platform, so you have all of these like hundreds of integrations and very complicated reporting, and I guess that's the big difference. You don't have that much reporting in Pipedrive or this many built-in integrations. And right now, we don't think it's a problem. Like we're geared much more towards the end user, the sales person that should be using the system every day, so that they get actual benefit from using the system. Right. So it wouldn't be something that you use once a week where you just put in your data so that the manager can run a report on a Friday, but it's something that you use every day.
Got it. So the company was started in Tallinn, where we are now, but you also have an office in the US, I believe?
Yes.
How many people total?
In total we have almost 80 people, like it's 78 right now, I think, and it's split between Tallinn and Menlo Park, California. So we have, I think, around 10 people in Menlo Park and the rest in Tallinn.
Is the US a big target market for you in terms of customers?
It is a target market, but it's not the only market. It's kind of split between the US, the EU, and the rest of the world, kind of like equally. And we're really big in Latin America, for example, especially Brazil.
Right. You've picked up some funding along the way. You've been around for 5 years now. You've raised some seed funding, but you also announced a pretty big round very recently.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. So we started with the usual friends, fools, and family round 5 years ago, and then we've done some smaller rounds along the way. The last one, before the very last one, was from Storm Ventures and Rembrandt, and now we've done our like official A round from Rembrandt, $9 million, and yeah, it's a really big step up from what we've done previously.
I can imagine. What are your plans with the fresh capital?
Yeah, grow bigger and faster. It's pretty basic, really. Like hire a lot more developers and do a lot more marketing.
But what's the core focus? Is it going to be mostly product development, or are you going to bet heavily on marketing and sales to get people to use it more?
Not that much on sales. I think it's more about marketing and product development.
Right. So you're saying the product sells itself in a way?
It is, yeah. It sounds silly, but we're not doing too much sales for the sales tool that we're selling. It's growing organically really nicely. People talk about it, they like it, they suggest it to their friends, and that's where most of the growth comes from.
Right. So being in Estonia, the government is obviously very much focused on building a digital society, very technology driven. But what's the downside of being based here in Estonia, which is essentially a very small country in Europe?
Well, what we saw that it was easy to find great developers and great designers and make this product, but it wasn't that easy to find people that could make it grow globally. That talent is not very it's difficult to find that kind of talent in Estonia. So it was necessary for us to move some of the people to Silicon Valley to find that other part of the business. So like the product is here, and the growth part is in Silicon Valley.
Cool. Well, Martin, thanks for your time and best of luck with the company.
Oh, yeah, thank you.